On behalf of the class of 2015, it's my pleasure to introduce Jake MacLellan, who will give this year's valedictory address.
Good afternoon. Welcome, graduates, and congratulations. I'd like to take a moment to also welcome and recognize our faculty, special guests, friends, and family. My name is Jake MacLellan, and for those of you who don't know me, I have a heart condition. That heart condition causes me to stop breathing at times. If that happens throughout that speech, don't worry, I'll come back to in no time. So this speech is a really big deal, so if it happens, don't try and get me off stage or anything, I'll be right here. Speaking of a big deal, who here knows what the word valedictorian means? Well, I didn't, so I looked it up. Turns out that valedictorian means a student typically having the highest academic achievements of the class who delivers the valedictory address at a graduation ceremony. It must be true because I looked it up on Google. Lucky for you guys, Millwood didn't follow that criteria this year, so they got me. It comes from the Latin word valedicere, to say farewell. I thought to myself, that's really sad, to say goodbye to over 750 people. And that's just the students. That doesn't include the staff, faculty, administration, and who could forget Tracy and Peggy and those amazing chocolate chip bagels. So I thought we could skip out on the farewells and save ourselves from the tears and runny mascara and go through today with a smile. We are done high school. We will now refer to Millwood as something of the past, like we do with junior high and elementary school. That being said, we don't need to say goodbye to anything. Our school has been on Millwood Drive since 1989. Mr. White, just so you know, that's 26 years, buddy. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Whenever you guys need to come back to those uplifting and radiant gray brick walls in every single classroom, they will still be there. And those loud Honda Civic burnouts you hear from the parking lot, they're still going to be there too. For 3 years, I've heard from many graduates in their last moments here say how much they're going to miss the family feeling at Millwood High. Now, I didn't fully realize it until this year, but we are a family, and that's what separates us from other schools. You may not have realized it either, but think back to when you first walked through the doors of Millwood High School. Do you remember looking up to the older students, whether it be through academics, athletics, or school involvement? That's now you. The younger students are looking up to you, even when you don't know that they are. And who could forget the amazing international exchange students who have come to study at Millwood these last few years? Some of them even come back. And I know the bagels are that good, but they're not like that good. They come back because of the family feeling we have here. All of you helped them become citizens in our community, and now they know what it's like to have the back of almost 800 people in one building. We don't see them as exchange students anymore. They're our brothers, our sisters, and will continue to be our family members for a long time. That feeling you're sensing right now, that family feeling, is what you gained at Millwood High School. I know I promised to steer clear of farewells, but I'm going to be honest with you. That feeling will fade. If you don't believe me, ask the people who made it possible for you to be here today. Your parents. My parents have been a huge part of my life, and I know how much I thank them for everything that they've done. They have worked so hard for all of us to have the best time in high school because they've lived it. They know you need to take your time and enjoy it while it lasts. You won't get that same feeling next year, whether you're in post-secondary education, the workforce, or wherever your future takes you. You may not believe it, but the 3 years you've spent here, they're some of the best 3 years of your life. That best friend you're looking at every time you laugh, That significant other whose name has the heart emoji by their name in your phone. They could possibly lose that role in 10 years. But let me tell you, they will never be forgotten. You will always remember the people who made the first huge impact on your life, and you will always have that friend. Neither of you will forget. Unless either one of you suffers a devastating blow to the head, in which case you won't remember me telling you this. Now I know for a lot of you, getting out of bed to go learn 5 times a week wasn't the most motivating thing to do. However, you did learn more than what you may think. For example, you learned from Mr. Peters that a black belt and a mustache gets you whatever you want, like his signature corner classroom. Mr. Wallace taught you that if you scream loud enough in a variety of voices, people are bound to hear what you have to say. Miss Denny taught us that some of us should just stick to teaching and don't rap. Mr. Cooper taught us that if we put our minds to it, we can light the world on fire. I learned that one firsthand. And of course, how could I leave out Mr. Morrison? He has proven that no matter how hot it is, you can wear a suit and tie to school every single day. He has so cleverly situated his office that when you walk in from either side, there's 2 offices on both sides to trap any unwanted questions or complaints. He is this school's rock, and without the support he gets from our other 2 amazing vice principals and the rest of the staff, our time here would not be nearly as enjoyable as it has been. Millwood High School has been an environment that I think we can all say made us feel welcome, be it through athletics, clubs, organizations, and many other extracurricular activities. Now, if you've known me before today, you would know a large portion of my time here at Millwood has been through athletics. Millwood does such a great job of keeping people involved and active. They decided that it's so important to keep active that if you don't participate in gym or play on a sports team, you can still get your daily physical activity by walking up the stairs in the lobby. That's how steep they are. But in all seriousness, my time as an athlete at Millwood showed me how hard everyone else was working. The people behind the curtain. The ones who make our school as well-rounded as it is. Whether it be through student council, making sure everyone is always doing something they love, and having the best experience of their life. Clubs, such as the GSA and our Free the Children campaign, educating and getting everyone involved through support and fundraisers. All of the extracurricular activities at our school work off each other, and there's no club or team more important than the other. We all work as a whole, and if we were to take any single club from that whole, it wouldn't be the same. You are going to miss it. Standing up for a candidate in the morning, having a substitute teacher, and switching names with your friend. The cheese twists, the fire drills. Now that's all over. It's hard to imagine that we're done. I still remember many of you from when we were all friends back in elementary. Just yesterday I came home from work to a surprise party for my graduation. I almost cried walking through the door, seeing all my friends that have been through my life for 13 years, and all my family. It was awesome. We've grown up so much, and everyone who has been involved in our lives along the way has made us who we are today. In the future, we will come across each other down the road, remember how things used to be, and share with each other what we're doing now. I know you will take the next step in your life using what you've learned and executing the skills you have gathered here at Millwood. You are all capable of doing something that you love, and I hope that in 10 to 15 years, I will see some of you, and we will be able to joke about maybe Mr. White and Lag Day, laugh and think back to all the memories that we've made. Now when you leave here today, I don't want it to be sad. I want you all to leave with a smile, knowing that you were a part of a community that has prepared you to be the best that you can be if you play your cards right. you will do something you love. And now, I'm going to say the words you've all been waiting to hear. Class of 2015, we've made it. Now let's go out, take our place in this world, and enjoy it. Congratulations to you all, and thank you.
Thank you, Jake. You did a fantastic job. I now invite Mr. Morrison to give his closing remarks.
Oh, there's so many papers in here. I don't start reading Jake's speech again. Thanks, Jake. That was awesome. I think everybody in the room felt something in that speech that captured every one of us, so thanks. That was a great way to end the morning. And I guess that brings us to the end of this graduation ceremony. This is marking my 3rd year as principal of Millwood High. It was an amazing year for me. This is a group of students that allowed me great opportunity to make connections with people I can't imagine making better connections with. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and so proud to have been part of the last 3 years of your lives. On a final note, I'm going to say, go Knights go, and I think it would only be fitting so that we can kind of show Ms. Burton what we've done is that I'm going to snap a selfie in front of everybody so that we can all be in it and we can share it and pass it along. So I'm going to come out there, you gather along, and that will end our ceremony, folks.